All right, welcome to the Explainer. Look, today we're not just going to learn a bunch of code. We're building confidence. I'm going to arm you with the Linux commands that are absolutely critical for walking into that next technical interview, sitting down at the terminal, and just proving you've got what it takes. So let's dive right in. Okay, picture this. You're in the hot seat. The interviewer, they're looking right over your shoulder. And the application freezes. Total hang. Your heart starts pounding, right? What's your move? This isn't just some made-up scenario. It's a real test of your skills, of your cool under pressure. And you know what? By the time we're done here, you're going to know exactly what to do. So here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down identity commands. Then we'll get a handle on the environment you're working in. After that, it's time to take control of processes. We'll wrap it all up with a little interview gauntlet and, of course, the ultimate cheat sheet to take with you. Let's do this.
All right, section 1. First things first, right? Before you can do anything on a Linux system, you gotta answer a simple question: who am I? I mean, this is fundamental stuff, and trust me, interviewers are absolutely gonna ask about it. It all comes down to understanding your permissions, what you can and can't do.
So here's a classic interview trip-up. Who versus who am I? It's actually super simple when you think about it. The who command, that's like the guest list for the whole party. It shows you every single person logged into the machine. But who am I? That's like looking in the mirror. It shows you exactly who the system sees you as, right at this very moment.
And here's where you really score points in an interview. Let's say you use su to switch to another user, or sudo to get root powers. Your identity just changed, right? So what do? You immediately type, who am I? It's a quick sanity check to confirm, okay, I am now who I think I am. That little move, it tells the interviewer you're careful, you're thinking about security, and that's a massive win.
Okay, so now you know who you are. The next logical question is, where are you? What kind of machine are you on? Understanding the system's environment is just as important. You got to know the OS, the kernel, all that good stuff. And your key to figuring that out is the uname command. Think of it like asking the computer for its driver's license. It tells you all the critical info. Are we on a Debian box, a Red Hat machine? What kernel version are we running? Is it 32-bit or 64-bit? Uname gives you those vital stats you need for basically everything, from checking if a program will run to security audits. But here's the pro tip. Anyone can type uname. The real flex in an interview is typing uname-a. The little -a flag means all. It just dumps everything you could possibly want to know in one go. The host name, the kernel version, the hardware, the whole shebang. It shows you know how to get the full picture fast.
Now, let's get a little more granular, down to the terminal itself. It's a simple two-step dance. Step 1, stty. This tells you your terminal's name. Think of it like asking, what's the address for this specific window I'm typing in? Step 2, stty. Once you know which terminal is yours, you can use stty to check or even tweak its settings. Yeah, it's a bit more advanced, but it shows you really get how the pieces fit together.
All right, let's get to the fun part. Section 3 is all about taking control of processes. This is where the real action is. You stop being just a user and start acting like a true system administrator. You're the one who can watch what's happening, step in, and fix problems on the fly. So, let's go back to that interview room. You see it. There's a process just going wild, eating up all the memory. The whole system is grinding to a halt. What's your plan? How do you tackle this step by step? Here it is, the two-step takedown. It's simple, it's clean. 1, you find it. You run psaux to get a list of everything running on the box. You find your runaway process and grab its process ID, the PID. 2, you stop it. You use the kill command, give it that PID, and tell it to shut down. Find it, stop it. It's that methodical approach that interviewers love to see. But hold on, not all kills are the same. This is super important. A plain kill command, that's the polite way. You're asking the process, hey, could you please shut down cleanly? But sometimes a process is just too far gone. It won't listen. That's when you bring out the big guns. Kill 9. That's not a request. That's telling the operating system, end this, now. Knowing the difference between the polite ask and the final order, that's what makes you look like a pro. You know, controlling processes isn't always about destruction. It's also about flow control, especially in scripting. You've got sleep. It's literally a pause button. If you need your script to wait for something else to finish, you just tell it to sleep 5, and it'll chill for 5 seconds. And then there's exit. When your script's job is done, exit 0 is how you say, I'm finished and everything went great. These two are the bread and butter of writing scripts that actually work reliably. Okay, theory is great, but let's put it into practice. Welcome to the interview gauntlet. I'm going to hit you with some rapid-fire questions just like a real interviewer would. Let's see how you do under pressure. First question. The interviewer looks at you and says, so, how do you securely change a user's password from the command line? This is all about basic security hygiene. What do you say? Boom. The answer is simple and direct. I'd use the password command. That's it. You don't need a long story. It's the right tool for the job. It's secure, and it shows you know exactly what you're doing. Confident and correct. All right, next up, this one's a two-parter. They're testing if you can connect the dots. The interviewer asks, how would you list all the running processes, and then how would you force kill the one with PID 1, 2, 3, 4? How do you walk them through your thought process? That's a perfect answer. You break it down into 2 logical steps. First, I'd run PSALUX to get a list of all processes and verify the one I'm targeting. Then, I'd use kill-9 1, 2, 3, 4 to take it out. See? You're not just throwing commands around. You have a clear, safe procedure. That's exactly what they want to hear. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground here, from figuring out who you are to taking control of running applications. So to make sure this all sticks in your brain, we've boiled it all down into your ultimate cheat sheet. And there you have it. This is everything, your whole explainer, right here on one screen. You've got the command, what it does, and most importantly, when to use it. Seriously, pause the explainer, take a screenshot of this. This is the thing you look at for 2 minutes right before you walk into that interview. It's the key to turning all this information into real confidence. So that's it, 10 commands. But there's so much more than just text you type. They show you have the right mindset. You're not just a user anymore. You have the toolkit to understand, to diagnose, and to take control of a Linux system. You're ready. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?